Hello, I'm Krishna, a cybersecurity student. This is my first video in which I'm going to tell you about OWASP top 10 and the first OWASP vulnerability, which is broken access control. So let's start with what is OWASP. So yeah, OWASP is a non-profit organization that aims to improve software security by providing different kinds of tools, documentations, and open source sources, or we can say tools. So yeah, what is then what is OWASP top 10? So OWASP top 10 is like a document which lists the 10 most critical web vulnerabilities, uh, most critical security risk, or we can say vulnerabilities in web applications. So they update their list accordingly with a period. I think the latest one is 2000. I think 21. I'm not sure. So yeah. So this is like a community which OWASP is a community which gives the top 10 list of these vulnerabilities which are most critical in the web. So, in this particular video, we are going to discuss about this particular vulnerabilities. So, this is the first in the list, which is broken access control. So, before understanding this vulnerabilities, we will understand like what is access control, so that we can understand what is broken access control. So, yeah, let's understand what is access control. So, yeah, and access control is a security mechanism that determines who is allowed to access what resources or data within a system and under what circumstances. So here I have wrote a line in simple words. Access control let the right people in and the wrong people out. So we will understand it using a scenario. Like there we pick a scenario suppose there is a bank which is Bank of Chris, and I'm a normal user like A, and I logs in with the my credentials in the application and visit that particular profile, bankofchris.com/profile/a. So like in the normal feature, we can view our details of bank details, like what's account number, what's the uh, uh, anything like account number, balance, and transaction history. These details are listed on this particular page, profile/a. Like suppose, what if I change this A to B? Like this is my user ID, or you can say user ID, username. So I have taken this for example like A and B, customer A and customer B. So this is the customer A ID, and this the customer B ID will be B. So what if the user changes this URL from this to like this https bankofchris.com profile B. So if the bank has implemented proper access control, so like what we have understood in the proper access control is, so who is allowed to access what resources of data? So in this scenario, like customer A should not be allowed to access the customer B data. Like if it can access his data is it's necessary and normal functionality of the application. But what if the customer A is able to access customer B profile data? So this should be not there in the application. So if the application bank application has properly implemented access control, customer A will be prevented from viewing the customer B profile. Like it will get some kind of error message or like access denied or a 404 page. Like this page doesn't exist in the application. So, like we have understood that what is access control. So it lets the pupil get the particular authorization. What's the authorized person? Like A is here. A is authorized to only view the A data, and B is authorized to only view the B data. Like A cannot access the B data. Like there we perform like proper login and proper login like password, username and password, but still like I logged in into my account but still there's like some chances if the application has not like application has done like very good authentication. In the next video we will also understand what is like authentication versus authorization. So there in the access control we check the authorization, like A is authorized to B or not, B profile data or not. So like there we understood the access control, and now we just have to add a broken. So what is like broken access control? So broken access control like is a vulnerability where the application fails to properly enforce restriction. Like in simple words, where the application fails to properly implement access control. So like if the like the previous example there, okay, access control, like we pick the same example, customer A and customer B. Like, but if the customer A is able to access the profile of customer B, so yeah, like if I can access other users' data, it's like a critical vulnerability, critical threat to the application, which can leak which can leak the data of the users across the platform. So yeah, it's a like critical vulnerability on and broken access control is ranked on like number one in the OWASP top 10 because it's most frequently exploited in the web application. So yeah, like its impact is really critical because the data is a very important and sensitive thing with the application should make sure the data is not getting leaked to other unauthorized actors or like hackers which exploit these kind of vulnerabilities to get your profile data or your email or like any data is sensitive. So yeah, these are some points which can protect the application from broken access control attacks. So yeah, like first is the implement strict access checks, like same implement strict access control, like check the authorization properly. Second is principle of least privilege. So it's a very well-known principle like in cybersecurity. Like users should only have the minimum, like it should only get the related data. Like if I'm also like if I'm accessing my profile data, it should only give my profile data, not the other things. So yeah, it's a minimum privilege, least privilege principle. Never trust user input. Like yeah, this is also important. Like this can be like a very genuine one, like not suppose if it's not implementing proper validation and sanitization, but if the user like there are some other attacks like SQL injections or like parameter pollution which can bypass even by like if we implemented proper access control, this can still be bypassed if the user input is not sanitized correctly. So yeah, this can be like a bypass of proper access control. So yeah, application should always validate and sanitize all the inputs before executing or like before using those inputs in the application. Next is regular security, like it's very must to regularly audit the application security. So yeah, this was all. And in the next video, I will be discussing other OWASP stolen vulnerabilities like cryptographic failures. So I will make a playlist. So yeah, bye guys. Thanks for watching this video. And just